Good morning, America. This is Lauren Querickiol. Today we have a special guest on 12.6 News, John Querickiol, a spherologist. How are you today, John?
Here today, Lauren. It has been a pleasure. As you know, I'm a spherologist, and that is one who studies spheres. And I've been studying spheres ever since I was a teenager at the freshman center at Hebron.
Go.
Now that NBA finals are on the way, I won't be needing this soccer ball. Today, we will be talking about surface area and volume of basketballs. So the first ball that we have today is from James from Miami, Florida, and he asks, "Hey John, can you find the surface area of a basketball given the radius is 5 inches?" Sure. So first we would have to know the formula for surface area of a basketball, and that, or a sphere to be exact. And the surface area of a sphere formula is 4 pi r squared. Remember that? When we find the surface area of the ball, we'll have to start by knowing the surface area formula. And that formula is S is equal to 4 pi r squared. And so we are given that the radius is 5 inches, so S is equal to 4 pi 5 squared, and 5 squared is equal to 25, so second, S is equal to 4 pi 25. Third step, we would have to multiply the 4 and the 25, and we would get 100 pi is equal to the surface area of the sphere. And if we wanted our answer rounded to the second decimal, we would have to multiply 100 by pi, and so surface area is equal to 314.16. So the next ball number 2, is from Mr. Kevin from Oklahoma, and he asks, "Hey John, can you find the volume of the ball given the radius is 6.75? Sure, but first we would have to know the volume of the ball, or how to find the volume of the ball, and the formula for how to find a volume for a ball is 4/3 times pi times r cubed. We are going to find the volume of a sphere, and how we're going to do that, we are going to first write our formula for volume of a sphere, and that would be V is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. So first step, we need to start with what is given, and we are given that the radius is 6.75 inches. And so volume is equal to 4/3 pi 6.75 cubed. And now we're going to cube 6.75, and we would get 307.55, and then multiply by 4 and get 1,230.19. Then we would have to divide by 3, and we would get 410.06 pi inches cubed. And if you don't want your answer in pi, you would multiply by pi, not 3.14, common misconception, and we would get 1,288.25 inches cubed. So third and final ball is from Dirk from Dallas, and he asks,
"Dear John, I sent you my ball and I want to know if it is similar to the one that they use in the NBA. Usually it's around 5 to 6 inches for the radius, but I don't know the radius of my ball, and that's why I'm sending the ball to you for you to figure that out. BTW, the surface area of the whole ball is 289.5 inches squared. I can solve that, but first, let me make this half-court shot."
Given that the surface area, and we need to find the radius. And as always, first we need to put down our formula. And so S is equal to 4 pi r squared. We are given the surface area, so we would put 289.5 pi is equal to 4 pi r squared. Then we would divide by 4 pi. And don't forget, on your calculator, to put parentheses. Because if you were to put only 289.5 pi divided by 4 pi without the parentheses, it would actually multiply by pi and only divide by 4. And we want it to divide by 4 pi, and so you would have to put your parentheses. Don't forget that. And then the pi's would cross out, and we would get 23.04 is equal to radius squared. And to get rid of the squared, we have to square root it, and we would get 4.8 is equal to the radius, inches. Not inches squared, because we're finding radius.
Sorry, Dirk, but according to my math calculations and finding the surface area, your ball is not big enough to be considered an NBA basketball.
And that's all, folks, from Channel 12-6 News. Thank you for having me today. Ow! What the heck, camera woman?
Read the question.
Your ball reads...
Dear John, like the movie, what is the radius of your blue soccer ball that you use in every video? I remember you said once in one of your previous videos that the volume is 455.9 inches cubed, but just out of curiosity, I want to know the radius.
I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of using the surface area formula, we're going to use volume. And since we're given the volume is 455.9 inches cubed, we're going to put that as, for our first step, 455.9 inches cubed is equal to, and we're going to put the volume formula, so it would be 4/3 times pi times r cubed. Next, we're going to divide by pi. Here we go. And we would get 145.117 inches cubed is equal to 4/3 times r cubed. Then I'm going to divide by 1.33 repeating, because who doesn't like dividing by a decimal, so that would cross that out, and we would get 108.87 is equal to r cubed. And so next we're going to find what r is by cube rooting the 108.87 and so the radius is equal to 4.77, and that is how you find the radius of a sphere given the volume is 455.9 inches cubed.
That's all we have today for Channel 12.6 News. Thanks for watching. I'm Lauren Querickiol. Have a great rest of your day.